Welcome to episode 34 people of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, the 31st of August, 2019. It's fucking Jesus, August's gone quick, isn't it? Fuck me. It's gone quick, people. Let's have a look. Fucking hell, I'm buzzing for something. I don't know why it's buzzing. Because your phone's right next to it, Ben. That's why. And you haven't put it on airplane mode or whatever the fuck it is. Yes, so fucking hell. What a start to a podcast that is going to be rushed as fuck, people. I ain't going to lie to you. I am out tonight, and it is, what time is it? 26, and I've got half an hour to this to do, get ready, and then get my fucking little asshole over to fucking Swaffham, I think it is, and see how the old hernia holds up. Tonight is a testing gig to see if I can actually hold up. I can actually walk again, which is a good thing. I've got a few scans to go through at the hospital, ultrasound like my fucking hernia's little baby, and that's coming up next week, so that'll be nice, good fun, just to make sure, because the fucking hospital don't seem to have the initial scan I went for. This is what happens, people, when you get free healthcare. Things go missing. People don't give a fuck. I imagine this happens in other countries as well, out there, but yeah. So, so I've got to be rescanned like I'm a fucking photocopy that's gone missing, and then have the results redone, and then see what they say. But that's the ailment section out of the way for this episode. I know, people out there, you're thinking, fucking hell, usually you go on about it for about half an hour, Ben. What's wrong with you? I'm in a fucking rush. So it's been a fairly not too busy week this week, because obviously I've had a few mobility issues. All day I've been on my arse, sitting on my sofa, doing fuck all, trying to rest up a little bit, trying to get the whatever the fucking hell that lump is in my leg to stop swelling up, which has worked out a little bit. And a couple of gigs this week that were fairly local, because I was not travelling anywhere whatsoever. I had one on Tuesday night that completely fucked me up, which was a comparing gig in Northampton, the old hometown gig, baby. That was at Barrett Snooker Centre in Northampton, and it was kind of a weird gig. It was a weird sort of like crowd gig, because half of the crowd were one of the acts' families. One of the acts had brought down about 25 people, and it was one of their birthdays or something. 50th birthday. The guy whose 50th it was fucking hammered, man. He was absolutely fucking hammered. Calling out for cocaine, which is what he wanted to do. I imagine, why wouldn't you want to do that on your 50th birthday? What's the worst that could happen? Doing a few lines of cocaine on your birthday. Not waking up, I imagine. Especially if it's your fucking 50th, your heart just fucking explodes. So that was like one half, and then the other half, because one of the acts was Brendan Burns, who's either retiring or not. He's been doing stand-up about 30 years. I think he's moving out to LA to do work in the movie industry. You're gonna be big time, boy. He's moving out to LA to be big time. And it was his last UK gig. And why would you not want to do that in Northampton? Some people had travelled down from here to see his last gig. So there was quite, because he's quite a well-known comedian here in the UK. So you had people travel in like from Oxford and like Birmingham and Nottingham, I think. People had travelled from And then 2 lads had travelled down from fucking Edinburgh. Yeah, a fucking 7-hour drive down for 1 gig in Northampton to see his last gig. So that was nice. So the atmosphere was kind of like, it's a family affair. It was a little bit like that. It was a little bit like a family affair sort of thing. But comparing it could have been a bit twicky because obviously within that you've got the group dynamics within the family situation. So you've got the ones who like to chirp up and the ones who like to. So that could have had the potential to be a bit of a fucking nightmare and get dominated by the family of 25 people with their little fucking in-jokes and stuff. But to be honest, they were little sweethearts. So it was nice to just sort of like fuck around with them a little bit and hobble about the stage and have very little physical exertion to do. No, because I can't do any lifting or any shit like that. So, yeah. So that was nice to be able to do a nice little hometown gig. And then Brendan Burns went on at the end and did 40 minutes. And to be fair to him, I've never seen anyone do that well. For a last UK gig, he did a fucking fantastic job. Very intelligent, very witty, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Fucking hell, I sound like a fucking DJ. Really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, he was fucking fantastic. So check out his stuff online. I think he's selling off his back catalogue now. Selling out. Fucking hell, there's a Freudian slip. Oh, fuck me. There's a Freudian. He's quitting comedy and selling out. No, he's selling off his back catalogue of stuff. And I know, he won the Edinburgh Award and stuff like that a few years ago. So, well, we're checking out his stuff. And then last night was another gig in Epping Forest, which was fucking, oh, God, man, that was hard graft. It was hard graft for everybody, straight from the off. There was a group of ladies in, women, people who identified as women, and were women, and on a works do, and it was Cockney women. That's what it was. It was just Cockney women, and they were fucking Jesus. They were a bit of a nightmare. And then there was a table of non-fucking talkers at the front who just wanted to sit there with their eyes crossed, with their fucking arms crossed, and their eyes crossed. I don't know why people go to comedy nights like that. I really don't. Who just want to sit at the front and fucking just not have a bit of fun, not have a bit of a laugh, nothing like that. They just want to. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it was our graph for everybody. I was closing that. And then the fucking powers that fucking be decided to kindly close the M1 on the way home. So I got home fucking super late. And although the Painkillers, that was a bit of a testing gig to see if I could actually drive somewhere. And the Painkillers did their fucking treat, boy. They did their fucking treat. And, yeah. So, everything was all okay. There's a few little twinges today, but that's not too bad. And then, we'll be, healthy and fit for tomorrow as well. I hope after tonight's gig, which is in, where am I? Swaffham. Somewhere. Don't start till 9, though. Don't start till 9. You got time, Ben. Don't panic. Fucking hell. That's the worst thing about sitting on your ass all day and not really being able to do much. I've got fucking jobs building up around the flat. You know, you have days like that, don't you? You think, oh, I'll get this done, I'll get that done, I'll get that done, and then it just goes. I've been fucking still trying to paint my front door. The paint came today. Fucking hell. Knock on the door, the old paint came. Brilliant. And then just when I get set to do it, it looks like it's going to fucking rain. Ah! Not that I need an excuse to sit on my ass on the sofa, people. At all. But, yeah. So that was that. I did say I was going to try some new bits in the podcast today. That is not going to happen. That will happen on Tuesday now. I'm going to throw a couple of more bits in there. After discussing it with somebody last night at the gig, they seem quite good ideas, so I'm going to throw them in for the next episode. This episode, fucking, it's just, it's going to be a mishmash, people. I ain't going to lie to you. All I seem to have done when since we last spoke is just looking at horrendous things online about animals being tortured. I don't know how I got down this fucking rabbit hole, people. Sometimes you just do that, don't you? Sometimes you click on something and then you just get like, down there. I think the initial thing was I looked up, I saw a fucking photo of some bastard being killed. Spectator gored to death during Spanish Bull Run. I don't know why they would do that. I don't even know why you would do that if you're not aware of what they do on the Spanish Bull Runs. Basically what they do, they set fucking huge fucking angry bulls loose through the streets in Spain. And then you start running and they set them loose after you. And that's a fucking tradition. I know I got Spanish listeners. What the fuck are you? You guys are fucking nuts, man. We'll just wind this fucking bull up. They've got a fucking obsession with bulls out there in Spain. I don't know. I don't know what your fucking obsession with bulls is out there. But I mean, we do some mental shit in this country. Not involving animals, oddly enough. But things like that cheese run, where they find the steepest hill and then lob a fucking load of cheese down there, like a wheel of cheese, and you have to chase it down there. And the first person over the finish line wins, but it's the fucking... It's virtually a sheer drop, the hill is. So people, obviously, with the momentum of them going down there, they just fucking fall over and end up dislocating their fucking faces, tearing their assholes in half. Probably not that bad, to be honest. The injuries aren't that bad, but they're like broken arms, like dislocated heads, broken neck, I think, every year. And people are just like, yeah, I'll fucking do this. It's fucking great. And then end up in hospital because they haven't got any idea how to run down a hill. Not that I have. I'm not a professional cheese chaser. Like some of them are. Some of them take it really seriously, though. I've seen a documentary where some guy had his wife there and his family, and he was like 8 times the fucking champion of running down the hill after cheese. What a fucking achievement. But he was taking it so seriously. It was fucking hilarious. Just going down there, and he'd practice on the hill, and you're just like, you're fucking, you're using gravity to chase cheese, my friend. It's not, you're not up there with the Olympics, are you? And he's got his little wife with her buck teeth and fucking braces on. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart, how you chase the cheese. So, like, we have weird shit in our country too. So I'm not just slagging off the old Spaniards. Let's have some tea, hang on. So, but, like, I mean, that's, that cheese hasn't got fucking massive horns on it and released after you, is it? And weighs about fucking 50 stone or half a ton or something, or a ton. How much does a bull weigh? I don't know. This is, I don't intend on finding out. That's the exact point. I don't intend on finding out how heavy a bull is, because I have no intention of going fucking near one. You can just look at it and think that has big spiky things. It's like a bus, like being driven at you with fucking spikes on the front. An angry bus. But anyway, so somebody got gored to death. Let's have a look at this story. A man watching a bull run at a festival in Spain has died after being gored by one of the animals. The incident happened on Thursday. A 62-year-old man, you want to be way out of there at the age of 62, didn't you? You want to be in a fucking helicopter watching that in fucking binoculars. With binoculars rather than in binoculars. I don't know how to say that. Several deadly horn blows to the chest and neck, and nothing could be done to... No shit! Nothing could be done to save him. It's another fucking idiot that's been... he did not run in front of the bulls. He was a spectator. Fucking hell. He suddenly become part of the show. You're not going to be running from the bulls at 60, are you? Spain is renowned for its bull runs, which are held across the country, the most famous being Pamplona, which was, I believe, featured in the film City Slickers at the start. City Slickers, where Mitch gets fucking gored in the anus. 8 people were gored and 35 injured at this year's Pamplona Festival. Fucking hell. At least 16 people have been killed in bull runs since 1911. Oh, that's not that many. Is it, really? I mean, when you come to think of it, it's not like fucking 16 a year. But the old booty has gone up to bull heaven there with a few stab wounds, like from the old bull's horns. Fucking hell, man. I know it's an adrenaline thing, and I know Spain has got that whole fucking weird shit about, like, being a fucking man and standing up and hey, and that's what the whole fucking matador thing's about, isn't it? You know, the old bullfights, how man can stand there and fucking against and contain the beast, basically, isn't it? You know, that's what that's all about. But it's just about teasing a fucking bull, isn't it? Winding a bull up, something that's like fucking angry and fucking annoyed, and every now and again somebody will get gored fucking in the throat. I think that's where I went down this rabbit hole with it. This whole fucking rabbit hole, that's where I went down with it. I started on that article, and then I think I Googled fucking matadors being gored, and there's a fucking picture. There's an awful picture of some matador being, like, who's being lifted off the ground, and it's going under his chin. The horn, and he's being lifted. Oh, man. That's going to hurt in the morning, sweetheart. That is going to hurt in the morning. Yeah, and then, I just went down a rabbit hole of looking at, like, how fucking human beings are fucking arseholes to animals. Oh, dear. Innit? You know. I watched a video of some fucking... Asian person, like they were clearly out. I don't know where it was. It was somewhere like India, Pakistan, somewhere like that. Just leathering. Oh fucking hell! Just leathering a horse with a fucking log, as it's like to try and encourage it to. It's one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. I watched that and I was just like, oh, fuck. Oh, people are horrible. Somebody's recording him. He's got a big, thick log just whacking it on the back of this horse as it's trying to drag these bits. And it's just, this back's getting lower and lower. Oh, man. People like that need fucking lynching, man. People who do that, I mean, not like people based in those countries. Fucking hell. But people like but you know, and they're going, you know, people are discussing it on the internet, and obviously everybody in the West is like this is fucking awful and this is horrible. But is obviously, you know, it's different rules in different countries, isn't it? You know, not all of us have got the same sort of like awareness, have we? Of how to treat animals and that, but it's one of the most fucking heartbreaking things I've ever seen. I was like genuinely like, oh god. After I saw it, just some of them videos you see, like a fucking bears on a fucking chain or something, and fucking, you know, we're not there yet, are we? You know, you know, everybody's like for animal rights and that because they're cute and furry and shit, and then you look around the corner and somebody's homeless and everybody fucking ignores him. That's it, innit? Oh, he's not cute and furry. If he stick all homeless people in a fucking bear's outfit, And people might give them a little bit more fucking money or help them out a little bit, rather than just fucking stepping over them or just ignoring that they're there. I don't know. Is that how you call it? That could be the way to cure homelessness. Dress them all up to be furry fucking... That bear looks as though he's taking heroin. Smoking crack over there in the corner. They all don't smoke crack. I know that before you fucking message in. But yeah, that could be a way of saving the old homeless. Just dress them in bear's outfit, teach them how to juggle, send them out to fucking Russia for a whipping. Oh dear, it's brutal though, isn't it? Oh, it is brutal. Fucking, that was one of the most brutal videos I've seen. Like a fucking log, and the fucking poor old horse was flinching. He could see the log going up, and he's chained to this fucking cart, trying to drag it, and he could see the log going up, and it was flinching every time just before. Oh, heartbreaking. But I imagine that horse is now dead. So let's all forget about the horse. It's dead now. It's dead and gone. There's other horses been born to replace it. But seriously, fucking hell. You're not going to stop that, you know. The worst thing about that is, not obviously the worst thing is the person doing that to the fucking horse. But in a very close second is the person fucking recording that fucking video of the person whacking that horse. What the fuck are they doing? They've obviously fucking taken the video, not because they think this is the bad thing. Not because they think this is the fucking good thing to fucking, you know, hit a horse. They've done it to... Why not go over to the geezer? I know he's got a fucking log in his hand, but there's plenty of logs around from the video. You know, you can arm yourself with a log and just take him out. That would have got fucking millions of hits. You'd have been a fucking internet sensation just going out there. You'd have probably got lynched by him and his mates, but... for that brief period of time, you'd have gone out a hero. A fucking hero. Oh, dear. Oh, I don't know what the world's coming to these days, people. I really don't. What are we on? We're on 22 minutes, and fucking hell, it's suddenly got very hot in here. Because I have to close all the curtains and fucking windows to keep all the noise out. Because the football season has now started again. And this sort of time of night, I live really close to the football ground, the Northampton Town football ground. So you get the fucking cunts. The fucking cunts who don't want to pay for parking. They park around this area. And then walk over from this area over to the football ground. So it's fucking chock-a-block. So this sort of time of day, you get them all coming back from the football, and the fucking noise outside is amazing. And amazingly annoying, I should say. And, so I have to wait a little bit to put the podcast out because it'll just pick up on the microphone and shit like that. And you don't want to hear that, people out there, do you? Hey? What else have we got? What else have we seen this week? There's fucking... protests again in London. Fucking, I don't know what it's like in your country, people out there. I do only in the UK, but fucking hell, man. Is there a protest in London about fucking something every fucking week? And what the fuck does it achieve? Fucking nothing. Nothing. Most people, I think, just want to go... What is it? Like, go to a protest.com, you fucking log on there and go, I'll pick that protest to protest about. Fucking hell. Now Boris Johnson, our new fucking absolute tool of a fucking prime minister, in a long line of fucking penises. He is, in a long line of fucking penises as prime minister, he is the fucking urethra of it. Of them all. He is the infected fucking, I don't know, chlamydia infected, pus-filled fucking urethra. The piss, the sting after the fucking piss that you've just had because you've had unprotected sex with somebody. He is that. has decided to is going to be suspending Parliament, apparently. Now, this is a move, it looks like, to usher through a no-deal situation with the old Brexit. Yeah, it's still going on. I know, other people in other countries, have you not sorted that Brexit thing yet? No. That's what we do. We just back it up in a queue in this country. We just, we'll bury our heads in the sand for a bit and see how we come out. Isn't it? That's what we do. The fucking Americans, the fucking Germans would have had this solved and sorted. Deal stamp, bang. We've got 6 months in the can to get everything done before the date. And they'd have been, had it all date stamped and everything, done in triplicate. Us, we're just standing around in this country going, I don't know, what should we do? Oh, look at that up there. There's a plane flying over. What sort of a... Let's get back to it. Fucking hell, Jesus. Fucking hell, man. We're fucking... a government of fucking retarded fucks. That's all we have, led by the fucking lunatics have taken over the asylum at the minute. Some bumbling fucking infected urethra with a fucking blamant. Man. Anyway. They're protesting against that in London because they think somehow it's going to stop him doing that. You know, like he's going to turn around and go, oh my fucking God, there's London people protesting. Let's fucking get... I don't think protests have ever had a fucking effect. I'd like to see the stats on that. The stats of the protests in this country and what effect they've actually had. On anything whatsoever. You see protests all around the world. Do they actually do anything? I know they were protesting in Hong Kong. Listeners in Hong Kong, tell me this. Because we get you. We get the listeners in Hong Kong on this podcast. What the fuck? Did anything happen with those protests? Did it actually change anything that you wanted it to change? Or did just a few of you get fucking arrested or disappear and never seen again? That's the only thing that you can guarantee in this country. In a democratic state, the only thing you can more or less guarantee is that you ain't going to go fucking missing. Nothing's going to get done with a protest, but you ain't going to get that knock on the door at fucking midnight. That is a difference between democracy and a dictatorship. That is the only difference. With a democracy, if you go to a protest, you've got a 99.9% chance of returning home. In a dictatorship, you've got about 50-50. Or if not, they're going to come and take some of your details at some point. Nothing gets done. Apart from that, protesting exactly the same in both a democracy and a dictatorship. You're not going to get anything out of it. Nothing's going to happen. You've just made a few little banners. You know, you've done a bit of arts and crafts, haven't you? You put a little bit of glitter. You thought of a witty little slogan to put up there, you know. And then you walk through the streets. You go on a little stroll. You do that. You take your Instagram photos, don't you? And then you go home and you feel good about yourself. But fuck all gets done. I don't know why people bother. I really don't. But Ben, if you don't protest, how are things going to change? They don't fucking change. Ever. They just fucking slowly claw everything back. Look at what's that? That's exactly what's happened. Fucking, I'm losing my voice now. I'm getting hyper about this. That's exactly what's happened since I've been fucking younger. When I was younger, you had free university. Libraries were open, free educational facilities and that sort of thing. Now look at it. They fucking charge you to go to university, to do shit courses. So now higher education doesn't mean fuck all. And all the libraries are closed. The fucking nation's getting fucking more and more retarded all the time. And everybody's like, let's protest about this. This will change things. It changes fuck all. Fuck all. I don't know. What a negative note What a negative note to end on. Protest it. Hey, knock your socks off. If you want to go out there and protest about stuff, do it. Do it. But it's never going to change anything. They're never going to, like those protests today in London, they're never going to go, oh, let's not suspend Parliament. You look in a couple of weeks and see how wrong I'm going to be now. Now I've laid that all out there, and you'll all be listening going, you fucking twat, fuck all. Exactly. But that's my gut feeling. That's what I'm throwing out there. No, fuck all is going to happen. Which is quite, there's better ways of fucking changing a government in there. Direct action. Boom. Take out the head. That's what you do with a snake. You take off the head, eliminate the body. I don't know. There I am advocating assassinating your heads of state out there. One between the eyes, the old Lee Harvey Oswald. I don't know. You wouldn't be able to do that these days anyway, a fucking Lee Harvey Oswald, would you? Like, hanging out the window of a book depository. They're all the fucking libraries are closed down. He'd just be standing around with a rifle going, oh no. Probably from an internet cafe while he's on Google these days. That'd be it. Dear. That is episode 34. I've got it top and tailed it right today. Episode 34, done and dusted. We're going to try a new approach to the old podcast on Tuesday, and see how that works out. We're going to be doing a few little bits in between me chatting. I say we, it's me, innit? It's me. You can listen to this, obviously, on Apple Podcasts, and you can subscribe on there. You can now listen to it also on the SoundCloud app, because we have moved across there as well. You can subscribe on there or put comments on there or whatever you want to do. If you want to contact me at all, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. It is the end of episode 34. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, people. And I will be back on Tuesday. Take care till then, motherfuckers.